Welcome to another Jurassic World the game video on this channel, and today we're gonna be making the ultimate tournament guide in Jurassic World the game. I have in the past done a couple of videos sort of, but they're definitely not gonna be in this amount of detail as this video here. I'll show screenshots, I'll link the videos in the past and link the description below, but this one will have more in detail. So as we're gonna be going through the three main topics of the tournament. So the first one being team building, the second one being Veronica Levels in each league, and the last topic is gonna be summary, which is gonna be like putting in all the expectations and gray areas in the while doing tournaments. So without further ado, let's get into the first topic of this video. Team building is a bit of a weird topic, as there isn't really an incorrect way to build a team, but there's definitely more effective ways. For example, you do not want to go with the same typing. So let's go into here and go in here. So you definitely do not want to go with 3 carnivores, for example. One really easy fix you can do, instead of putting 3 carnivores, what you can do is put a pterosaur in the middle. What this does is the team's weaknesses are now covered. Yeah, the carnivore weakness is an amphibian, but we have a pterosaur to counter that, and the pterosaur's weaknesses is herbivores, and is covered by having a carnivore there. But not only that, being in this exact order avoids the need to swap out unless absolutely necessary. What's also important while doing this is to take into account the stats of the dinosaur. Like when building a team, the dinosaur stats and placement matter. For example, you do not want a glass cannon at the start. So like a glass cannon is something that has a low health and high attack. You definitely do not want that, because that would not help you set up reserves as easily, which is the main purpose of that first / leading dinosaur. At the same time, it wouldn't be effective leading the round with a well-rounded all-stats creature. So just any normal creature, say like a well-rounded like Ankylodocus, it wouldn't, it's alright, but it's not as effective, because what you want is something like a tank with high health, low attack, so you can set up the whole team nicely with that probably like 8 reserves that you have for the whole team, which will just make your battles easier. That tank will help you a lot. So that's why the placement of the dinosaurs in the game will just help you out in the late game of that game as well. So that's why it is important to take that into account. So let's move on to the 3 different tactics you can use in tournaments. Now you know the basic, these are the kind of the basic rules of team building. Now let's get into the 3 tactics. And oops, I didn't mean to do that. And let's go. Oh, moving on to the 3 different tactics. The 3 different tactics are the 3 different species tactic, the solo carry method, and the 2-1 method. I've already explained at the start of this video, but we'll get into these. It's gonna start from worst to the best, and let's get into it. So in 3rd place, this tactic is decent, but it is obviously not the best. This is the different species tactic, which is this is essentially when having your battle lineup all different species. So let's get into here and show you what I mean by that. Is when you have, for example, 1 herbivore, 1 pterosaur, and 1 amphibian. What this does, it covers all the weaknesses, but it is not as effective because it's really hard to manage, because you're gonna need to swap out a lot and waste a lot of action points trying to get the advantage over your opponent. That's why I put it in third place. It's decent, you can use it, but it's obviously not the best. So let's move on to the 2-1 method, but it's actually that I really need to go into this one. I've already explained it. This is the one, the 2 carnivores, 1 pterosaur, or the 2 herbivore, 1 amphibian. And so let's get into just the solo carry method straight away. Moving on to the solo carry method, which is one that I talk about a lot on this channel. I made a couple of videos on this, as like returning viewers have probably seen my tournament videos. This is the one that I go to. The one problem about the solo carry method is you are going to need a pretty strong lineup. So that's the one disadvantage of it. You're going to need to be a pretty high level for this to work. A nice advanced lineup, so you can effectively do this. So without further ado, I'll show you how this works. It is pretty simple. So you go here, and this is when you use 2 weak dinosaurs, really weak dinosaurs, as sacrifices, as meat shield, just to gather up reserves in this. So we'll go for level 1 commons and a strong creature. Does it, like, obviously the strong creature in the middle is dependent on which league you are in, and I'll show you a table that I made after I show you how to do this. So the idea is just sacrifice the first common as reserve fodder, and you do a little bit of sweeping. So you kill 1 or 2 dinosaurs with the strong creature in the middle, which you don't have to swap to. You obviously just let the first common just get killed. So after that happens, and when you're in a bit of a struggle, you swap into the last common creature in your lineup, and you sacrifice that as well by just going full on reserves and giving the best chance for Pterodactylus or that strong creature in the middle to do the rest of the sweeping and eventually win the game. The reason why this is effective, as I've said like in many videos before, is that the game takes the average velocity of your lineup and compares it to the opponent's lineup, and that's how it calculates how many trophies you get for the battle, for the win. Those two level 1 commons bring down the average. So that say the Pterodactylus will have like 3,000 velocity. I have no idea how velocity is actually calculated. Say 3,000. Say that number. Those 2 like level 1 commons probably bring it down to like 1,000. Let's say something like that. So we will bring down the average, and the game will think, oh, he's put in a very underpowered team and he's won. So that battle must have been pretty hard for him. So we'll give him more trophies for that, and that's how it works. It really starts to pick up around Hunter League when you're able to build this team in this way. It then becomes a matter of just finding the sweet spot of just knowing what creatures to put in, or what. It just becomes easy at the end. Just a quick note, when using this solo carry method, you do not want to use something ridiculously overpowered for that league. For example, you don't want to be using like a level 4, this is very extreme, but obviously level 14 Dominus Rex and like Predator or Hunter League. That will just decrease the amount of trophies, and it will completely negate the use of that solo carry method. So rather, you want to make it equivalent to the velocity of the league that you're in. So let's move on the velocity for the leagues that you need to know, so you don't have to really think about it when you're doing the battles. We're moving on to the velocity levels for each league. So I have made a table for you guys who want a screenshot of what dinosaurs or what velocity around about you need for each level. And obviously each league is kind of split into two. The bottom half and the top half of each league are different velocities that are needed. So at hatchling, you just use level 10 commons, nice and simple. You're getting out of there no matter what. Prey League is probably around about level 10 to level 30 rares. Just to get through all prey. It's not that hard. If you do the tournament straight away when it's like come out like an hour between like when it came out, you're gonna get past like prey and straight into survivor, I think. So you don't even need to worry about it that much. So and then we get into the survivor 100 to 50 first place. Use level 40 commons and like level 30 rare, so round about there. And then from level 50, not level 50, from position 50 to first in survivor, you're going to be using around about level 40 rares. That's probably around about the same for hunter at 100 to 51. You're going to use level 40 rares and like level 30 super rares to get you to 51st place, and then from 50th place to first place, you're going to be using level 40 rares to level 30 legendaries. So when I'm telling you the creatures I need to be using, so roundabout could be a bit less, could be a bit higher, but that's like the starting point of to give you an idea, you know, of what dinosaurs you're going to be using. So, and then we get into the Predator League, which you're probably going to need from 100 to 51. You're probably going to be needing level 30 legendaries and level 40 super rares. Probably a bit higher than that. Nah, it should be. I think Predator. I might change that. Predator probably going to need 100 to 50. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, you're probably gonna need like level 30, level 40 legendaries for that. And from 50th place to first place in Predator, you're definitely gonna need level 40 legendaries, and then around about level 20 VIPs. And that obviously Dominator League, you're probably gonna need level 20 VIPs plus. To do Predator League. So I think actually still got the summary left to go, so hopefully take a screenshot of that and we'll get into the summary of this video. Getting on to the summary of this video, it's gonna be nice and quick. There's not really anything else to summarize. If I have missed out something that you think that should be added, please make sure to put it in the comment section below. And obviously this video expects that you have like a decent lineup. So obviously if your strongest dinosaur is only a level 40 super rare, then your chances of getting to Dominator League are pretty low. So that's why you're gonna need to work on getting that nice smooth lineup, nice advanced lineup, and just try and get as high as possible. Try and get to Predator League every time, so you can slowly and surely improve your lineup. Every week you're going to be improving your lineup, even if it's by that one dinosaur. Yeah, so please make sure, if you have enjoyed and it has helped you, please make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.